This episode of the Infinite Thinking Machine is sponsored by Q, the K-12 High-Speed Network, and the San Francisco School of Digital Filmmaking. Woohoo!
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Infinite Thinking Machine Live. My name is Mark Hammons with the Q Communications Committee, and we're wrapping up day one of a very popular conference this year. I think there's just a whole lot of people here. I think the last record, I counted a number, I heard, it's easy to remember, 52. So I remember when I came for my first session earlier today, there was just countless people all over the place. But enough about me. I have the pleasure of sitting here with Jason Seliskar.
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
You said it right.
That's amazing. I actually got something right.
Not many people do.
I know. I try. He has a distinct honor this year as being named the Educator of the Year for Q. So first off, let's do a little congratulatory handshake.
Thank you, sir.
And so if you're Educator of the Year, you must do some pretty cool stuff.
I like to think so.
Yeah?
My students do
You
some...
just hate your kids, right?
Not that hard.
Not that hard? Okay.
Not that hard.
Slightly?
Yeah,
Slightly?
I mean, sometimes you gotta get them to do some things. But,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
but no, I don't have to get them to do some things because we do some amazing things in our classrooms.
Yeah.
I've been doing technology since my first year teaching 9 years ago, and that's one of the advices I give for teachers that are doing starting out in teaching is to integrate technology from the get-go.
Yeah.
I started with technology with just a laptop and
a chisel.
and chisel and some stone.
Yeah, perfect.
And that worked. But no, I just started using podcasts my first year with students. Bob Pletka was the person in our district at the time that got me started with podcasting, and I started a Roadrunner radio podcast with my students.
Is that your mascot at school there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rolling Roadrunners.
Nice.
And and then they went on to win a LACO Digital Voice Award that year, and so it was kind of nice first year teaching and seeing that kind of success with the technology right away.
Yeah, totally having kids do creative things like that in class. Now you teach fourth grade?
I teach fourth grade.
Have you always taught fourth grade? Or
I've always taught fourth grade.
Oh, okay. You're just a fourth grade type
Just
of
fourth
person?
grade? Yeah, I like fourth grade.
You like missions, I guess.
I do.
Okay, perfect.
And I built missions for the one time, and for that reason, I'll never do them again. So,
Yeah.
But we build websites doing missions, and we do podcasts on missions, and so I'd use technology for building missions and learning about missions, but not necessarily building missions like traditionally.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I have known you for a couple of years now. I think we officially met on the Twitter.
We
I don't
did.
remember. Yeah, it was the Twitter thing, and then you went through the Google Teacher Academy last year, and I got to hang out with you there, which
Yep.
was awesome. So, congrats on that.
Great
as well.
experience, Google Teacher Academy.
Absolutely, I highly recommend it. So you have, I'm assuming you have a bunch of different types of technology in your class. I know you have some Chromebooks, you have some iPads and stuff like that. What do you see as being the most beneficial tool in a fourth grade classroom for learning? Like, I mean, you kind of dabbled in a little bit in terms of video and some podcasting and stuff like that. Is it iPads? I mean, in your opinion, you're not being quoted on this or anything like that yet. What do you think is the best tool out there for kids?
Good question, because I know that's the big question. I've had Chromebooks for over a year now. Got those through Donors Choose, and my kids used them last year. And then just recently got iPads in January, so it's kind of new with iPads and the whole 2-to-1 or 1-to-2 ratio. But I think depending on what you want the students to do, some of the things I've required to do just requires the Chromebook. Sometimes it's the creative side on the iPads. Sometimes it's both. I just took a picture of a student the other day. She looks like a musician, where she's controlling editing an iMovie, but she wrote her script and wrote her project on Google Docs,
Nice.
and she's using the Chromebook as kind of like a teleprompter, and so she's reading into her iMovie. So in those cases, they probably could coexist, but I think depending on the project and depending on what the learning outcome you want of them, depends on what device. So
Yeah, totally. So
that, I don't know if that's politically correct, but
I don't see the president around here. So I think we're all right.
but the right tool for the right job.
Yeah, absolutely. So I like to try to keep my family in the dark as much as possible. But I went to a father-daughter dance a couple of weeks ago, and they played with us the Fox Say. And so my wife had never heard about that because I just keep some things out of her privy. And so I showed that to her, and then it was like just a pandemonium in our house. And then some guy, just a couple of days ago, does this video, by the way, there's this video with his kids, his fourth grade class was What Does the Text Say? And it was all about, well, maybe can you explain a little bit your idea behind What Does the Text Say?
It was just one of those things where I think it came from the Christmas show we had, and the first graders did some kind of rendition of what does the fox say, what does the elf say, and some of the kids were brainstorming, and we came up with, someone just blurted out what does the text say, because we were doing informational text and all that reading, and
Common Core stuff.
Common Core stuff, yeah. Then we started thinking about that, and so I just Googled the lyrics to What Does the Fox Say, and I put it into a Google Doc and just had them shared out to all my students, and just tore it up. Nice. And rechanged the lyrics and put in their own words in there to match what does the text say, and they came up with close reading, verbs, antonyms, synonyms, you name it, anything related to reading, and they put it in there, and it matched up with the song, and I put it back to a karaoke track of the song, and they made it into a song, and then we just recently made a video that's on YouTube. So that was fun. They totally loved making it, and when they found out that I shared it out on Twitter and I had already 170 views in the first 2 days, they felt like rock stars, so they were proud of it.
I shared it with Gwen Jones. I think she's one of the featured speakers, and she was talking about that, so I emailed it to her last night. It's like, you got to check this out, use it in your session. So
nice.
You probably get at least 2 more views. So Two more. That's all I need. What was I going to say? I know with all the things you're doing and knowing the type of person that you are, especially in that video, the most important thing from the whole thing was just they were having fun. And when you're having fun while you're learning, we know that brain research shows that you're going to remember that for a lot longer time frame because you're using different memory lanes in what you're doing. So how do you make learning fun for kids? Kind of threw your curveball there. So.
Yeah, you did. No, I kind of want to make it to almost where they're at and kind of connect with them to the point. I always give examples. One example is the other day I told them I just had it. I'm not going to give you a test. We're going to learn plants and animals, and we're going to create. We got these devices, wonderful devices, and I need you to show me this, this, and this. And you have the iPad. You have these apps in the iPad. You have the Chromebook. Give me something creative to show me that you've learned about plants and animals, and they were all they just jumped right into it, and I just walked around the room and facilitated them with their learning and helped them out with certain things. But I literally could have walked out of the room and came back 20 minutes later, and they would have been engaged.
He's never done that though, just for the record.
I could have.
He's been.
I said I could have.
Technically, but he hasn't.
But no, it's such a. I see a difference when I'm up there lecturing and just giving them information, and they're just like sunk in their chairs or not paying attention. But if I give them something like that to do, like I said, I can walk out of the room and they come back.
And hands free,
Exactly.
like a Bluetooth thing.
It's like it's on Cruiser.
Exactly. So I don't want to take up too much time, but I just wanted to say thanks again and congratulations on your award.
Thank you.
You are the teacher that I want my kids to have when they get to 4th grade, which is coming up here soon. So move up to Fresno, and it would be awesome.
Can make it happen.
I'll try my best. So congratulations once again, Jason, on your award, and everyone at Q wants to congratulate you as well.
Thank you, and thank you.
Of course. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in on this episode of ITM Live.
Looking for more great ideas? Check out infiniteThinking.org to catch all previous episodes, as well as links to everything featured in this show. And if you've got mad love for the ITM, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. And remember, you are the Infinite Thinking Machine.
You are the Infinite Thinking Machine.